Hello everybody, this is ZigZagZog coming to you from Western Kentucky, and we are here to continue our playthrough of Total War Three Kingdoms, playing as Sun Jian. And we sure do have a lot going on right at the moment, but while you all have just maybe come from the prior episode along in this playthrough, I've had a little break between my recording of the last episode and now, so let me just kind of look at the map to refresh my bearings and get my bearings straight. So I recall where we're at. I do know we have Sun Ren, who just, I guess, defeated a naval battle with Kong Rong. Hopefully we're going to be able to wrap that up, or he's going to run away, or we're going to see if we can't finish the job and knock out Kong Rong, because up to the north we have Gongsun moving on Guangling, the small city. Probably going to lose that city, odds are, and we're going to have to rebound from that. We also have Sun Ce up here moving towards Pengcheng, another force of Gongsun, and kind of to counter that force to keep him from causing us some trouble. And I think in looking at this army over here, I like the way we match up. It's very low level troops, no cavalry after even, and I kind of like the level of our troops compared to that, so I like the matchup up here. And then down here in the center of our lands, with this pain in the rear end Kongzhou, we've got both Sun Quan over here, who is moving in on the Yangzhou farmland, and we have Sun Jian himself, which has come south to help defeat Kongzhou and get that threat in the center of my lands out of the way. The reason that's important, either I need their forces freed up to counter Gongsun, who I believe is evenly matched against us force-wise, at least according to the meter here. Gongsun, yeah, it's telling me that their strength is similar to ours. So we're definitely going to want to focus our forces against him. And then we also have some new threats up north. Also, Zhengjiang declaring war on us. I think Jian has declared war on us. We made some peace with others, but we have some northern threats once again. So I got to free up these center forces as quickly as possible. Fortunately, in the meantime, our best bud from the Duchy of Zhang has got kind of a war coordination target up here to hopefully tie up Zhengjiang for a little while, so we don't have to worry about an immediate threat from the north. And then over here in the west, we've just made some progress over here with Chengpu, making peace with Jialong, but still at war with Liu Zhang. And while my forces are considered superior to Liu Zhang, let's take a look. Yeah, I'm considered, in fact, their strength compared to mine is negligible. What we have to remember is his 4 territories are right there. I have one single army, so while overall his forces may be negligible compared to me, I only have one of my armies over here, and he could have multiple armies. So at least in this particular theater, I may not have that overwhelming strength. So I'm contemplating maybe making some kind of peace over here, and possibly then taking my focus with Chengpu on tying up some of these Han Empire lands here in the middle center south near me, and solidifying my hold there south of the river. So that's kind of where we're at, kind of what I'm looking at. And before I do that, I'm going to take Sun Jian, I think, and I think what I'll do is I'm kind of going to move him also as we get next turn. Let's see, autumn 210. Next turn's winter, so we'll see if I'm going to be in a position where I want to siege or move in. So I'm almost thinking, let's get up to the border of the Yangzhou farmland. We can come at it from 2 sides. Definitely take it out. We'll find out soon enough if he's got that reinforced at all. So let's move Sun Jian over here and just ensure that we can take the farmland, and then we'll just kind of roll up his lands. That's the plan. The 2 armies together, just kind of ensuring that we can get rid of this threat in the center. I don't want to split my forces and worry about being overpowered here and there, because I think, if I recall, he has a at least one full stack moving around down here and possibly another partial army. So I want to, I think, consolidate my forces and try rolling up his lands here. So that's the plan. There's the overview. Let's get moving forward and see what actually happens. Also, I noticed in looking and refreshing myself, we are one whole whooping point away from getting our next rank, which will then allow me to start making another army. So I'm kind of excited about that too. So let's get on to the next turn and see what the future holds for us. Oh, there's a second army coming down from Gongsun. So there's two armies going against that city, and they're sieging right now. Kong Rong running away, as he well should, because our forces, okay, we're moving away here. I still, even though they're moving away.
难得而易失者，时也。汉室危在旦夕，各路诸侯或是临危受命，或是趁此乱世争权夺利。 群雄四起，刀兵相见。如今海内混乱，只有一条真理能立足乱世。天下的命运将由战争来决断。
Well, haven't we already been doing that already? So my power increases. Good news. I am now hitting the level of Duke. Though some may call your deeds impetuous, there are few who can deny that your tenacity was born fruit. By claiming the title of Duke, you have demonstrated to China that you are capable of the leadership that this country sorely needs. Forge on. All right. So we have a mission success. We gained 2,000, much needed. We reached the faction rank of Duke. And we have a new mission issued, Mandate of Heaven. The Emperor has lost his mandate, and the land is suffering for it. Your influence has grown, however, and the number of your followers is many. Now prove your claim and your right to rule and proclaim yourself as the new Emperor of China. So that's a nice 5,000 treasury reward on that one. And we have a nice little Yuan Jiao Festival. How nice is that? A good omen. 10 public order is always welcomed when this festival hits. So we'll take it. So we've got several issues. Unifying, we still have the Liu Ya, which I think is Liu Yao down here, that I need to take out on my path to glory. But right now it's not a threat and it's not an issue. It's not a high priority right now. We have much more pressing needs. Strong economy. Oh, we're going to have some new appointments to fill too. So we're going to have to get in there and look at that in just a moment. With our promotion comes new positions available. We're going to have one administrator, a grand director, and a grand tutor. So we'll come back to that in just a moment. Let's take a look at what we've got. The festival we've looked at. Ally mobilizes against the settlement. Duchy of Zhang moving against Zhengjiang to try and tie her up in the north to give me time to deal with my issues elsewhere. The mission issued we saw, mission success we saw. We have a new ancillary, 9 chapters of the mathematical art. So someone who needs cunning. Let's take a quick look at that on who we might give that to. In fact, let's see who we got down here. Suzette. Well, you've got something that works for you already. Zhu Han, there's cunning. Zhao Yu. Ma Mi Di. I think we found a better fit for this. Provide cunning, better satisfaction, better cunning, and that's a better fit for you right now. And then let's see if we got a better fit for some authority down here. Lin Song, what are you working with? Satisfaction. Does this new one give satisfaction? So we'll keep our satisfaction and help a little authority along the way. And then we have somebody else that needs some kind of ancillary. Do we have someone missing? Oh, in fact, Gu Shuoyang is missing down at the bottom. Is there anyone else not having it? It looks like we have Liu Ji also could use it. And he is the one with the lower satisfaction of the two, so you get first choice right here to help your satisfaction a tiny bit. There we go. So ancillaries all spread out. Buildings, what have we got? The large city is complete in Chen. The city in Badong is complete. So we continue to grow. However, our income has gone negative with the sieging of this city over here. So that's concerning with our income. No threat of going bankrupt right away. It's only negative 13, but we'll see if we can't take care of that somehow. An ambush was discovered in Hangzhou. Oh, that doesn't even apply to me. That's over with my Dutchy friend over there. And then we have the enemy has begun a siege of me. So we are up to date on the news on what's going on. Let's see. Let's go out the west. Let's start out in the west first. I'm kind of thinking we bail on Ba. Well, let's before I bail on Ba, let's look at something. I have negative income. I have the ability. Do I have any trade deals available? Ooh, I don't remember one from before. Liu Yao. Yeah, that one I found out I need to defeat over here at some point to consolidate my power in the south. But Liu Yao, right now, you're going to help me out, I think. Let's get a trade agreement. I think we can make a -1 happen. We'll give you a little bit of money for it. Let's see if I got the money to pay. I just need the per turn income that you're going to give me. Okay, and since we're probably going to go to war at some time, maybe not in the near future, but at some point, I'm not going to worry about keeping you happy. Let's just propose this. It'll be 815 per turn. I'm paying half of that to get it started. I can deal with that to get my income back positive. The cash flow positive. Okay. So now we have 4 out of 7 trade deals. A lot of trade deals possible, just not enough people to trade with right now. So let's take a quick look. Speaking of this, Liu Zhang, what do you look like as far as needing to make peace? Oh, let's get out of the quick deal. I know who I want to talk to right away. Liu Zhang. Let's get up here and see what peace is going to cost us. Now probably, since it's north of the border, what I can probably do, I probably can get peace by giving him this territory I'm thinking that I'm in right now. And that is Ba, the large town. I'm kind of thinking that will make a trade work, and then I can just cross the river and go back and go after just the Han territories over here. I should have access to Wuling, and boom, 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 maybe be able to take out that commandery as long as my western flank stays secure. I know Jialong is not thrilled with me after the taking of his Fuling, the small city. But why don't we do that? Let's take Chengpu, and let's get you on the river, Chengpu. And how far can we go up the river, and where do I want to go up the river? If I get up to Fuling, it looks like we have a path through the mountains to get over to the Wuling rice paddy with you. So let's see if we can get, how far we can get. In fact, we'll see if we can go ashore right here. Yeah, we are ashore and heading up. We'll head up to Fuling, the small city, and make our way toward Wuling. But before I forget, let's see, before he takes it back from me, let's make the deal, see if this is enough, as I'm hoping it will be. Let's see if we can make peace with Liu Zhang. Peace. Let's see, can we trade territory? Ba, the large town. Let's confirm it. And it gets it in my favor. So maybe I can even get some money out of this. So have him pay me a little bit to balance it out. No, it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to afford anything. So it's just going to be a deal in his favor. But I'm fine with that to get me out of it, because I think what the better use of my army over here is to take off the low-hanging fruit over here of the Han Empire. So let's go ahead and do that and propose this deal and get peace in the West. And I think Chengpu, you're going to be better suited towards making gains against the Han Empire over here. So the Duchy of Wu has signed peace with Liu Zhang. All right, now back to where the real action, not the Western theater, which is small potatoes compared to what we're dealing with over here. Let's see now. We may have some range on Kong Rong down here. Sun Ren, you think you can reach him? Let's give it a try. Well, let's give it a try. She doesn't want to do what I'm saying. Okay, let's give it a try. There we go. Is he going to run away, or was he on forced march and he's stuck? Looks like we get a decisive victory. Is this going to knock out Kong Rong's forces here, or is he going to be able to retreat? Let's find out. It's a sinking. We got rid of a threat down here, frees up Sun Ren, which I'm happy to see, especially with Gongsun up north overwhelming me at the moment. He's actually overwhelming for Sun Ren down here. So hopefully, let's see, we'll release for funds here, because he's a little bit maimed and whatnot. I don't know that he is someone that he's loyal. So yeah, we're going to release him. Zhengyang, we're going to release also. And we're going to work on our recruitment, because we need to be as strong as we can against Gongsun up north. In fact, let's get you moving, Sun Ren. Let's get you moving back towards Guangling, the trade port. Okay, we've got friends due to the battle. We got rivals due to the battle. And that's just normal stuff. I don't think there's going to be any surprises there. Now let's get up here. It's the winter, and they're still sieging there. Let's get Sun Ce. Let's see, you can't quite get there for sieging, and I don't know if I want to worry about your supplies in the winter. Let's get you up to the border, so as soon as spring hits, we can make a move perhaps on Pengcheng, the small city. So let Sun Ce, let's get you up to the border. And I think we'll do the same down here by Kongzhou. Don't want to do any sieging, and I don't know if I can reach it. Yeah, I can't quite reach, so we'll get everybody primed on the border to jump in on the farmland next turn. Oh, where's best? Maybe right here, because that's the road that gets me over there. That's going to be the quickest path. And just in case, we'll set up his ambush. You never know. Someone may come strolling by that we can catch unawares. And I think that's it on the movements and what we got going. So what we got left is to do a little promoting here. What I'm thinking I'm going to do as I look through everybody, I'm going to pause the playthrough at this point while I just kind of do the boring part of looking through who I have available and who I want to promote. And when we come back, we'll see who we're promoting and who's getting our new positions here. So hang on. Okay, welcome back, and we are back. I've made a few choices. Basically what I did is I kind of looked at my individuals and saw who had the least amount of happiness. How about that? So we're kind of going to promote based on who I need to have happy and who's a little bit disgruntled. Not that with my heroism of so high, not that I have an extreme amount of unhappiness within my nobles, but I might as well address those that have either the highest negative drain or desire for higher office, and that's kind of how we're going to move ahead and deal with it. So as my administrator of the ones that are available, the ones that had the best perks to put in here as administrator is Mommy D. He lowers construction costs, increases food production, increases industry income, 10% income from commerce, silk, spice, increases reserves. He just had the best grouping of positive characteristics as an administrator. So we're going to put him in here, confirm it, and we need to pick out where we want to put him. We have Badong available. We have Chen apparently available. Guangling, not one of our big. So of the two commanderies, of the commanderies up here that are available that don't already have an administrator, kind of Chen and Badong are the two, as far as income wise, where I'm going to get the best benefit from it. And we will, since we might as well just go with pure money and assign to Chen and confirm it. So Mommy D is our newest. It looks like the strategists in general seem to make the best administrators. They just overall seem to have the best perks. Now, as far as our Grand Director, why don't we go ahead and put Zhang Fan in there? You are somewhere down. Yeah, you're a general who wants more in this life. My champion, Zhang Fan, you're going to become my Grand Director. We'll confirm that. It increases some farming food, fishing food, and takes you away from desiring higher office for at least 4 more promotions. And finally, our Grand Tutor is going to be Zhe Yue, the spouse of Sun Quan. So you're not the happiest in the world, but this is going to help increase your happiness. So let's get you up here and confirm you. It's going to include trade or improve our trade influence and character experience faction wide. So there's a nice. Then we got all our lower court positions filled. All we have left to unlock now is the role of Prime Minister. So there are the promotions. Let's get back out to the map. And it's still nighttime out here on the map. Excuse me, scratchy throat. Excuse me. Okay. So I think everybody is positioned and moved. We've done our promotions. So I think now, and we got there's a half stack army. We don't know where the other, I think there's a stronger full stack if I recall over here. And we still have the siege going on up here in the north. So let's see what the next turn brings us here. Gongsheng Zhan moving out. Oh, and he comes attacking to me. And that's interesting. I could have sworn when I'm comparing the armies, doing my own comparison, I'm finding that I thought my forces looked better, but they're predicting a close defeat. Perhaps, with however they figure these battles, I'm guessing that they must put more weight into melee troops, because he does out melee troop me, I would think. That's my best guess here as to why I think we have a good chance of coming out on top here. I hope. Let's take a look at the map. It's a winter map, so it's going to be not quite as quick movement as we're sometimes used to, but it's a wide open map. I think we're going to get in here and fight this battle. All right, our deployment phase. I'm thinking when I was looking at their generals, I think we may match up. I'm going to probably, my other two are strategists anyway, they can't duel, but I think I'm going to push Sensei forward to see about doing just that and seeing if we can't get a duel going early on. Let's see, I'm really not good coming up with a way or a way that I feel comfortable utilizing my horse artillery. If any of you have suggestions on how I can better use these forces to my benefit, I sure would like the input. But and using them and messing around with them, I really haven't come up with what I feel is the ideal way to utilize them. And then we'll also take our flanking guys over here to kind of see if we can't get around their lines, because my best use of these guys is flanking in. If they're going to have superiority on melee units, well, I can help break some of that superiority by flanking them in the rear with my melee cavalry. And then we'll keep our other forces over here. Excuse me. Sorry, my voice is just getting a little scratchy right now. And I'm thinking these other forces we'll keep to get back in, because they do have a fair amount of archery units. I'm going to reposition a couple of my units here. I think I want the halberds in the middle, mainly just because they don't have special formations, I don't believe, other than loose formation. And I think to be better able to hold my flanks, I like these guys out here a little better, and they can be in a nice little shield wall on the flanks. Same on the other side. And we'll get our crossbowmen ready to be able to help the flanks also with their heavier weapons, and we'll keep the archers kind of in the middle along with the trebuchets, who are going to just be bombarding them. So there's the setup that we're going to go with. Let's start out by charging out Sun Ce. Until we get a better sense of how they're set up, our trebuchets will just auto-select who they're going to bombard. Okay, here we go. Let's start the battle. Let's get Sun Ce out there. Let's get our archers moving forward. Let's see if we can't flank out to get behind on their guys. Let's also see if we can't get my cavalry a little spread off to the side to be able to come in. Now we're going to have... Yes, we are, and we're going to go ahead and accept this. We got a tough one coming in. Let's see who wins the first initial charge. And he does. We go down after that first charge. Let's get ready for our power move, the Flames of the Phoenix. Okay, that helps us get to a little early move, early lead. We'll see how that holds up for us. Let's kind of keep track. Okay, we are peppering them over here a little bit. I'm going to see if we can't get this cavalry back to the back to start working on their archers in the back, because they're definitely peppering my own horse archers right here. Bringing out forces to go against my cavalry, my flanking cavalry, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. In the meantime, we got melee troops, which I think is the best thing, where they overwhelm me, that I want to concentrate on, and where do they have their biggest concentration of melee. Sun Ce has emerged victorious. That's a good thing. Now we got him locked in here. We got to get him back on his cavalry horse, I would hope. No, we're not going to go for a second one. We're already injured. Sun Ce, let's get you back on the horse. And Sun Ce, I'm thinking we want to get you back to the lines here, since you are depleted. And get my cavalry back in the back going against their archers, because they are definitely doing a job on my own archers out here. Get them moving. They're sitting targets right where they are. Stop wasting your ammo on those dead guys. They're not going to go anywhere. And we have Sensei, come on, come on, come on, come on. Let's get you out of there. We don't want you to die. Okay, we got to get my flanking cavalry over here, because the last thing we need to do is have them not be able to do any flanking for us. No, we're going to decline. Sorry, I do not want a duel. Thought I made myself clear on that. I'm going to get the other cavalry out of there. This cavalry out of there. Well, these aren't anti-archer cavalry. We got to get those archers taken care of. No, we're declining. We're going to push out in the center here. In fact, we're going to take these guys right here and use... We're going to go archer on archer, I guess, is what we're doing. Let's get down here in the rear on these guys to help support our own crossbowmen. In fact, our skirmishing is not keeping us apart. In fact, I didn't have the skirmishing even turned on for my skirmishing cavalry. Shame on me. And they intercepted my melee cavalry, so let's get them pulled out of here. His crossbowmen are almost weakened up now, and it looks like we need to start bringing my forces into support here in the center. And we are going to keep declining. As a matter of fact, let's turn that off so we don't have to keep rejecting. And take my crossbowmen here against their forces, and we got our other axemen here to come out on them, and then we can bring our flanking cavalry into the rear there. So I feel like we've got this in hand a little bit. I'm feeling confident that we're going to be able to take it to them. We don't want to get my cavalry sandwiched in there with those halberds coming in, so let's get them out of there. We get some shots off from our crossbowmen over there. And let's come in on the rear and knock this saber militia out. Cavalry is moving slowly to come in on support. Let's work on their commanders now. I think that's where we
敌军
need
士兵
to
正
work.
在溃逃。骑兵在此，杀光敌军。骑兵准备，骑兵听
And
令。
we have victory. Now it's time to run them down.
时机已至，
So we have less to go against in the future. So if you hang on, I will do the running down, and we'll come back after I fast forward a little bit, and we'll see what the results show us. All right, we came through with a decisive victory. So I think perhaps the computer formula is a little overbiased on the melee troops. So that's good to know or try to keep in the back of our mind, because I sure felt we had the superior army. Let's end this battle. Take him down, yeah.
我军如有天助，气焰大盛。
So we gained some nice coin. What kind of hero? Probably gained some okay heroism. 58. Gao Sheng. How good is he to employ? I do not know. Perceptive. Cheerful. I'm almost leaning towards, since I'm I'm kind of leaning towards Gao Sheng employing, or seeing what he would be like to employ. Let's employ him right now.
职责所在。
And then over here, I'm not thinking that he's quite as much of a catch over here. Let's see. Spiteful. I don't like some of his traits, so we're just going to release him back, get 500 income on this one.
快滚回去吧！
And we're going to recruit to try and replenish ourselves back up. Looks like he's running away, retreating into Pengcheng, the city. And what's this? Kong Rong's got another little force. Not Kong Rong himself this time. And they didn't take over the city yet. So they're still continuing their siege. I expected to have lost that city this turn. We get to hang on to it just a little bit longer. Which is fine by me. The alliance of Yuan Shao declared war on the Han Empire. And that's fine with me. Kong Rong joined war against Kong Zhao. Yeah, now that I'm going to be taking care of him, everybody wants to join in on it. And Zhangyan signed peace with the Duchy of Zhang. Dig through. From beyond the walls you hear muffled screaming amidst the sounds of collapsing masonry. It seems that, in their eagerness, enemy sappers dug too far, too fast, and their tunnel has collapsed. I love it. That was lucky. So their sappers didn't do a good job. Look at that. Isn't that kind of cool? Let's see what we've got. We've got some traits gained. Lun Song is philanthropic. We have some new rivals, Sun Ce and Qiu Shangping. Ah, they're not getting along. Sun Ce and Qiu Xiaoping. Sun Ce, Sun Ce, Sun Ce. That's up here. Well, they're not in your army, so that's good. Let's move you forward. There's not much left as far as Pengcheng, the small city, so let's just move on the city. A Pyrrhic victory. Well, let's demand surrender and then see what we... Oh, and they Haven't had a surrender in quite a while. So let's just go ahead and occupy. We have just taken over Pengcheng. I guess the defeat made him decide that he didn't want to do any further battle. Character developments. We have a lot of people of merit moving through, but right now I'm not going to worry about them. And killed in battle Liu Meng, one of his generals. Although I think that's the one. I'm not sure if that's the one. No, that's not the one we did dueling with. That's the one that wanted to duel with us that we kept refusing. So chasing him down, we obviously killed him. Let's see, Sun Ren down here. Let's start working from the east to the west as we start looking. Let's get you back up into Guangling up here to get yourself healed up a little bit. And I think that's where we'll convalesce. You're just not in a position to break this siege, so we're going to try and convalesce you to get you ready for next time. Sun Tse is done, and I think, oh look at, they've moved into the farmland to look at trying to defend the farmland that leaves the city wide open. What are my best moves? What kind of range? Let's get you out of ambush and see what your reach is. So you aren't able to make it to the city now, so it looks like we're going to have a bit of a farmland battle here, and I think what we'll do to work it in our favor is get both armies closed in. Who's going to lead the charge? I'm thinking, why don't Sun Quan, we give you the chance to move in on this one and take the lead on this attack. Okay, it's a decisive victory, but since there's a defending force, I'm kind of thinking that we're going to go ahead and fight it just because we have enough soldiers overall. We do outnumber him, not by a huge amount, 67, 6,800, it's about 1,800 more, so we definitely do outnumber him. We've got some decent medium spear infantry that he'll be able to defend with. But overall, my forces should be superior, and we have the long range of the trebuchets. Let's try demanding surrender first, seeing if he can, if we've made him fear our army. Nope. So let's get in there and start the battle and fight this battle. All right, here we go. So we've got some towers to deal with within this farmland, so it's a defended farmland, that's for sure. So we got narrow corridors, you know, my favorite. So we're gonna have to figure out how we want to set up against this. Obviously we can take some towers out, that's not a big issue. How do we want to spread our forces out? And there's a lot of narrow pathways getting around here. And where do my reinforcements come in from? So they come in on this side, so maybe to kind of get them in a pincer action here, we come in on this side. So we'll do that. We'll set up over here with our forces and try it that way. How do I want to work this with my trebuchets? Maybe, because obviously I can take out more than one tower. So maybe I'll keep one over here to take care of that tower so I have multiple entrances and work it that way. So one of the trebuchets will be over on this side. The other one will be over that way. We'll bring the cavalry force mostly on this side to help us out here. In fact, we're going to bring... See, I'm changing my mind on the fly as we go. I'm almost thinking that we can charge the cavalry through potentially on this side just to get them to spread out even more. And if they don't cover this gate enough, we got our cavalry ready to do some flanking action. I may, just from past experience, I may kind of, we'll see how quickly we get reinforced, and won't do the all-out charge until after we're reinforced all the way. Let's see. We'll charge on that side. We have archers. So we'll bring crossbowmen on this side, along with some ground troops over here. And then on this side we got the halberds along with the archers to come in. And then our reinforcements will be coming in across the way. So we shall start it in this fashion. Initially we're going to take out the gates while we wait for our reinforcements to arrive, and then depending on how they are set up will determine on how quickly we push forward. But more than likely I'll at some point fast forward to get our reinforcements in place and then make the all-out charge. Let's take out our towers. Okay, reinforcements are already making their appearance, and we got our trebuchets going against the towers. So I'm not worried about the towers really doing much damage. We're easily able to take them out. I'm more worried about these tight corridors and hopefully being able to come in on 4 sides. In fact, this one looks undefended over here. We're going to be able to do some damage. How's this tower looking over here? We got one out already. And after that we'll just have our trebuchets go against their forces. Oh, they do have a little bit over there on that gate. I was beginning to wonder. I was thinking that was surprising. Let's see, how far can we move up? So it's over by the hill, so we'll get our forces advancing over here and getting in position as we take out their gates and their towers and do what damage we can with the trebuchets on their forces. Residual damage. So their towers are not out on this side. Okay, we've taken out the towers on this side, so now it's time to just bombard some forces in here, seeing if we can weaken them down a little bit with what remains on the trebuchets. And we got the same circumstance on this side. Let's see if we got any forces we can shoot against just to weaken any remaining forces. And Sun Jian's almost in place, so why don't we at this point speed it up and get everybody in place for the overall assault about to take place. So it's going to be time to soften them up so we can make the grand charge here. Let's move in. First of all, we'll get it back to normal speed. Now let's move in with our archers here. We'll move in with our crossbowmen on this side. Move in with our archers on this side. In fact, we're going to take out their towers initially with our flaming arrows over here. Now we're going to be in range. They're superior archers over on this side, so I think we're going to have to bring in our troops. In fact, we'll bring in Sun Quan over here to help out. And now it's time to bring up the halberds as we weaken them. And we'll bring my general right up there with them.
准备好了，抓紧！友军正在遭受攻击。在前上，正手教训，万箭齐发，逃兵注意！
And we'll bring some forces over here forward also to support. They're pulling back a little bit from the gate there.
一群仓皇逃窜，那一群懦夫。
做好准备，上！有事！步兵听令！发射！为突进！射击！
So we're hurting on that side because they are superior to us with archers. In fact, what the heck are my archers doing here?
敌军仓皇逃窜，一群懦夫。
Shame on you for not listening.
攻击敌军，
赶快！
骑兵准备，杀呀！准备就绪，砍翻他们！挺住，感受大地的愤怒吧！护国讨贼！
步兵在此，砍翻他们！箭手注意，
友军正在遭受攻击。
准备好了，骑兵在此。
Be nice to get some of this cavalry inside to help us out a bit with maneuverability. We're going to try helping out over on this side. Sun Jian, we're going to bring you forward along with Huang Gai and everybody else general-wise to try and break through on this side. And try to bring some more melee units
长矛在
forward.
手。
敌军仓皇逃窜，一群懦夫。
箭请自杀！箭手听令，时机已至，万箭齐发！
It's a slog right now.
剑士听命，鼓起勇气！
And we're getting peppered down badly by these archers. We got to get some archers disrupted here.
流行，挺住！诛灭敌军！准备，射击！友军正在遭受攻击。
诛灭敌军！
刀斧准备，杀！
龙魂猛士，给我射击！
注意，杀呀！
Okay, we get our cavalry in there against them.
注意，不要留情！
兵待命，杀呀！箭准备，
我方战友有难，正在遭受攻击。杀呀！
片甲不留，
赶快，赶快！
Time to bring all four sides in. It's not feeling decisive. These small corridors, I swear, every time we're coming in on them, make me feel this way. But at least the cavalry's getting some maneuverability in here now.
杀光敌军！
敌军仓皇逃窜，一群懦夫！精锐勇士，放箭！
准备开战！
装填弩箭！
待命，杀光敌军！
箭士准备！为了大业，
箭准备，射击！
准备武器！时机已至，感受大地的愤怒吧！
And it's a big cluster, you know what, here in the center.
杀！
敌军仓皇逃窜，一群懦夫！
进攻！
射手准备，放箭！
准备开战，进攻！
杀！
准备开战！尽情厮杀！杀！诛灭敌军！
鼓起勇气，杀呀！俯首听命，放箭！敌军四散而逃，到底是无胆鼠辈！
弓箭手注意，射击敌军！
骑兵听令！
They're holding out nicely in the center. Time to get Sun Jian over here, Huang Gai over here.
敌军！
做好准备，片甲不留！
我军士卒仓皇逃命，真乃丧家之犬！
准备就绪！
准备好了，动作快点儿！鼓起勇气，不要留情！
准备好了，杀！
做好准备！
Okay, Sun Jian's doing a number over here on their leader. Huang Gai, let's get you over on their strategist, trying to wrap these things up here.
到底是无胆鼠辈！
进攻！
敌兵在此，尽情
There's only a
厮杀
few of their forces left.
杀！
顽强不屈！
挺住！尽情
And
厮
they're
杀！
about ready to fail for us.
在，
敌军四散而逃，到底是无胆鼠辈！
And we have victory. I don't know that it's a decisive victory in these long, narrow quarters. We sure took a heck of a lot of casualties. Let's claim victory, Pyrrhic victory. Just the way it felt. I have yet to come up with a good way to do these kinds of battles, which is why, even though it showed a stronger result for us, I chose to fight this out because I got to keep plugging away at it, got to keep coming up with a way to get better on these battles. Ideas, suggestions, give me anything you've experienced in your own playthroughs to see if we can't try putting it to use. It'll help us in the future. But we got the town, we got the farmland, unfortunately at quite a cost. Well, overall we lost 2765 versus their 5163, so I guess you can argue that that's better than a Pyrrhic victory, but we still lost a lot. Still lost a lot of men. Ancillaries gained. Character captured. We're just going to go ahead and release Gao Shun. He's already lame. Don't need anything like
放了他
that.
们，
Let's occupy the
根基
farm.
强健，方可步
Take
步
it
高
over.
升。
不要畏惧。物尽灵
We're
犀
going to take Sunjan over towards the city that we want to take next, rolling up Kongju. We'll see if he comes back to appear all of a sudden in his city for defense, or if he's going to do what I might do, a much more defensible position in the iron mine. That's a tough battle if he takes his full stack in there. Boy, oh boy. So there we go. Let's take a quick peek out west.
诸位盟士，
And let's see how far Chengpu can move. Doesn't look like he can go very far, does it? Let's get him moving up the hill.
我军必胜。
All right, we're going to work on the Han Empire here. So what we have is a couple battles out of the way. One that went well as far as what we wanted and what we were trying to accomplish, and one that was just ugly. A big old mosh pit. So we're going to come back. We have a new reform to pick out on our next mission, but we're going to end the current one right here. I want to thank y'all for bearing through the mission and both battles that we got. One good, one a lesson to learn from. So we'll see if we can't improve down the road. This is ZigZagZog signing off from Western Kentucky. Thank y'all for watching.